technology editor of Dentistry Today, and we are live from the California Dental Association annual session. And I am here with Doug Ewan. Doug, how are you, man?
Yeah, it's great to see you, Paul.
Doug and I go way back, and Doug is not only a dentist, but he's a researcher, a brilliant scientist, a mathematician, a physicist, accolades that you won't want to hear about. And he's a founder of a company called XDR, which is digital radiography company. And they're unique in this space because they're small, they're direct, fantastic customer service because they are direct. And I won't say Doug's the brains behind everything, but you kind of are.
Not really.
And so Doug, one of the things that I've heard people say that when they buy a different digital radiography system, they buy something from Dexis or Schick or some other company, they say, well, boy, that didn't look like mine originally. I trained on this one, I trained on that one. And XDR has done something very, very interesting.
Oh, yes.
To make you sort of configure the image. So tell me about what this is all about.
Oh, yeah, it's very exciting. And because digital radiography is no longer a new technology, it's pretty widespread, that dentists are used to kind of the image treatment that they're getting from their particular vendor. But I have to tell you, as a scientist, when I look at the raw data from many different types of sensors, we find that for the top tier sensors, that have CMOS imaging sensor, the columnar cesium iodide scintillator mounted on a fiber optic plate, which is the configuration that we have in our sensors, which look kind of, they're low contrast, they're kind of soft, and so every company applies their own unique kind of
filters or sharpeners or whatever you want to call them, yeah.
And it's a combination of things.
So, I mean, we do that all the time. You take a raw picture and you see it on the screen and you say, I want to see if there's any interproximal decay, so you do something to that image with software.
But they'll just do it by default because they don't like the bland pictures. And so what's happened is clients think that is the native image that comes off that particular manufacturer's sensor. But it's not true. And so what we've done is create this really unique and friendly graphical user interface where the dentist can dynamically adjust different parameters to get just the look they like. And it could look very, very similar to what they're used to. So now we tend to go towards conservative enhancement, but we can dial in just about any look you want. We can save that, and you can save several different treatments and pick the one you want during viewing time.
So from a diagnostic standpoint, it's more than just looking at an image.
Yes, but remember, it's reversible because we always store
the raw image, of course, yeah.
And then,
I mean, I'll just say it because I'm sitting, not just because I'm sitting here and I'm your friend, but your raw image is very, very good.
Oh, wow. Well, I appreciate that. I always like things better. And sometimes for certain types of clinical applications, you may want to apply one type of treatment preferentially over another. For example, endodontists like to have a certain level of sharpening
to see the PDL, to see the apex of the tooth, as opposed to caries detection, as opposed to fractures in teeth, things like that.
Right.
I get that.
Exactly.
So among other things, XDR is not just sitting still. You're doing all sorts of new things, exciting new things, and you're always excitable anyway.
So again, in the scientific realm, we're working on new filters, for example, that really accentuate the dentin-enamel junction. So using a variety of algorithms in synergy, we can create an image where the hard tissue is greatly enhanced without adding noise or artifact. So we're keeping those two undesirable effects down to a minimum. And again, the user can dial these in and then save those particular parameters.
Without losing the original image.
Without losing the original. Thank you for reminding me. That's so important. We in radiology believe it's always important to keep.
Well, I mean, you also, I think you have to always state that, especially when I'm teaching, I have to state this is the original image, is an undoctored image, et cetera, et cetera.
I think that's
so my diagnosis will be better overall because of A, the raw image from this XDR sensor, and B, from the sharpening, et cetera, that you're doing.
Oh, and don't forget, though, that if you don't save the raw image, if you only save the enhanced image, you can't go back. And so if newer and better algorithms come out in the future, with that raw data, we can go back to your old radiographs and apply the new algorithms. So that's why it's so important. But aside from the scientific part, there's a new ergonomic feature that we put in the latest version, and that is the idea of being able to store almost any file type into the XDR database and then use the appropriate viewer for that file type to view it within the context. You can throw in PDF files, Word documents, Excel documents, STL files, cone beam images. So everything can go in our back end.
So I can have one-stop place.
Yes, and you know how cluttered a dental office can get, and you can imagine how cluttered your computer can get. So it helps you organize and keep things neat.
Just to clarify something real quickly, even though it's your software interface, it still integrates all the practice management systems.
Oh yes, that's correct.
Because people seem to think if they have A, they have to buy B, and that's not true. They're all this is interoperable.
Oh, that we firmly believe in interoperability.
So the company has a website, xdrradiology.com. A lot of information. And the other thing is, when you call for support, you go directly to XDR Radiology. You're not going to some interface to a distributor or something like that. So you get very, very fine service. And the people who, like Doug, maybe you don't answer the phones.
Well, I used to, but and because we're dentists, the founders of the company, we believe in very, very prompt response, and we have a way of prioritizing and putting those clinical urgent cases right at the top of the queue, so you get almost just-in-time service. That is so important.
So again, for more information, we can go to xdrradiology.com, or you can give them a call at 888-XDR-X-ray. How easy is that?
So,
and and Doug, this has been a real pleasure, as usual.
Oh, it's so nice talking to you.
And I'd just like our viewers to stay tuned, because we're at the California Dental Association all day, and we'll be live on the floor, so keep tuned to the station, stay with us, and see what else we have showing you.